let's talk MTG and take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Looking for a good time. Hatcher on YouTube, dropping truth and rhyme. Passion for magic, he's playing the cards right. Live stream so funny, keeping us up all subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe.
Always doing it sunny side up. It's the hen. What's up, my friends? Happy Victoria Day. It is the end of the long weekend, and I have been having a good time so far. So I hope you guys have been as well. I don't know what the deal is with this computer or whatever, but there was a weird glitch after the stream started, but before while I was still doing other things, I came back and looked for a second, and everything was going crazy. So I hope the stream functions properly, but I don't know. We're in the hands of the techno gods, guys. All right, because I'm pretty cooked today, so I'm not gonna be able to sort out whatever kind of issues this thing's having, if it has any. So we're just gonna hope that we're all good. Anyways, let me grab the live stream link, share that in the Discord, and then we shall do our hellos. Our hellos. All right, so that is easy enough to do. Okay, there we go. So we switch this up here. What do you mean? You're totally getting enough data, YouTube. Why are you saying that you are not? What is going on here? All right. It looks like it's working just fine. All right, so hellos, what up? Eng, Kenzuki, Yamagoro, Shelton, Zircon, Millmaster, Joe, Shiba, Gianna, Lasagna, Otto, who else is in here? Teferi, Ilvitar, Error, Invader, Grimy, Lewis, Jess, this is that's Gerthulu, what's up? You think this is the tiredest you've ever seen me? Yup, I'm definitely tired. A long day of being in the sun, you know? When you get to my age, you're out in the sun for too long, and then your brain just goes. So my eyes are just they're out of control now. My brain isn't controlling my eyes properly because the sun's cooked everything up here. That's it. That is the explanation of why I look so tired. What up, EP? How's it going? How's it going? Gianna, who is Victoria? Queen Victoria at some point? I totally just assume. I thought the question was going to come up, and I also thought to myself, I could grab my phone real quick and look that up, or look it up just on my computer before I start the stream. And I thought about it, and then just didn't, because I haven't cared my whole life, and I guess I'm not starting now. Zircon, you're jelly, you're traveling, so you can't have any. Fair enough, man. That was me a couple months ago. Not right now though. That's for sure. Shiba, any news on what the LGS I go to is selling Final Fantasy for? I think he has some of the prices sorted, yeah. Just what? Her releases your solar energy? Okay. All right. I guess shine on. Shine on, you fucking lunatic. Zircon, 8-hour drive home. Well, it's a long drive, but at least you get to do what you want when you get home. No more traveling concerns, right? EP, you moved into a new place. Oh, that's always good. It's always enjoyable to move into a new place. depending on how nice it is. I remember the one place I moved into was pretty sketchy. And it took a long time of scrubbing all the walls and the ceilings and the floors and everything to feel like, okay, this is a new place to me because I'm going to have to go. I'm not some like OCD mega clean freak or anything. Normally, moving to a new place and it's like, give it a wash, it'll be fine. But this place was just more like, let's give it 5 washes. Let's wash this place multiple times, you know? So that part was not great. But other than that, moving in a new place is always nice. Elvitar, you got your Tom Bombadil deck together and it's slapping down. Nice. Nice. Invader, the cult glyphs don't. I wouldn't even be worried about that. I'm not. It's just you don't know who's been living there and how they've been living, and it's just I'm not looking to really find out. I don't really want to know. I just know that was the sketchiest building that I ever lived in. The game store owner, who used to own the game store that I go to, right? Before, well, he ain't around anymore. Everybody knows that. But he helped me get, he's like, I'll help you get a place. And helping me get a place was getting a place there. So it was really close to the bus terminal and the game store, which was great. But it was also really close to a bunch of degenerates, including some of my weirdo neighbors. Millmaster Super Chat says, welcome back, Perp. Also looks like I'm looking for something that says Daddy likes leather. Oh, I blew myself. Arrested Development. Tobias Funke. I get the reference. I really like Arrested Development. That one is a really funny one. I still kind of go back and forth about season number 4, but ultimately I enjoy just how much they have let's go. Either you catch it or you don't with the jokes, right? And the rewatchability. That is also really good. What up, Crawfish? Was 4 the reboot season? Yeah, 4 was the one we got after the however long gap, and I can't point to one thing in particular off the top of my head that makes me go it just doesn't hit the same. I guess it's encapsulated like that, but I don't know just right now. Maybe if I was watching it recently, I'd be able to pin down what it is that makes it not feel the same. Maybe it just doesn't have the same flow because it was made so much later, right? What up, Larry? Happy Victoria Day to you, buddy. Invader-like Community. I remember liking some of the Community episodes. I thought that show was pretty enjoyable. And then it's one of those ones that I just lost interest in. Like, oh yeah, that show exists. And I don't think I watched it all the way through. And I couldn't tell you there was a certain point where I said, I'm not watching this. I don't want this. It's not one of those do not want. It just turns into you forget about it. You know, the show just drifts off into the realms of non-existence in your brain. How do I compare it to the Gilmore Girl reboot? They did a Gilmore Girl reboot? Wait, I haven't seen any of the Gilmore Girls. I always thought that was stupid, and I still do, because I haven't watched it, and there's no way I would. What up, DJ Longhair? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, some shows fall off, and it becomes really obvious that there's a change. Like, what was that space show that I was watching? The Expanse, where there's like an abrupt shift. I think it's at the end of season 3 and season 4 starts, right? And there's like an abrupt shift where the old diplomat lady who was literally a diplomat turns into like a profanity using police chief character almost, like, I want you to fucking get him off the streets for me, you fuck. And you're just like, what's going on? You were a diplomat. Like, you used the language that was intended to get people to do what you want, not through like verbal force, right? Where it's, I'm swearing at you, do the thing I say to do, as opposed to maneuver you into a position where you pretty much are doing it thinking that it's something you want to do. So that kind of a shift is really obvious. The Expanse was enjoyable to me for the first like 3 seasons. And even then, like, once they started doing the blue space baby stuff, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. DJ Longhair, what is Victoria Day? It's Queen Victoria, and she was known as the Gopher Queen. So they almost hunted gophers to extinction in Canada, and then she interceded, and because she saved the gophers, it turns out that now we have them now. So she gets honored. It's kind of silly, but that's how it works, right? You do something, and then they name a day after you and go, okay, it's a holiday now, because royalty can do that. I saved the gophers, so now it's Queen Victoria Day. So, you know, every Victoria Day you get the day off, you're supposed to spend some time thinking about gophers. There's gopher themed stuff here in Canada that you can get and set up around your place. If you really like, I would say it's on the level though of St. Patrick's Day, where people don't get into it really if they don't feel like it. Like, it's not, there's not a lot of people who are doing the whole gopher thing. Like, it's not everybody. So I mean, let's say you ask somebody else who's Canadian, they might say, oh, that's not a thing at all in any way, shape, or form. But that's just because they don't participate. But that's like them saying there's no such thing as St. Patrick's Day. DeVoe, no, you. No, you. Just every day is the same for you, so the holidays it's super special. Shut up and get jazzed up about the Gopher Queen. Don't be a fucking dick. Come on, man. Millmaster, did I find an enjoyable anime yet? Well, we're watching the beginning after the end, and that one's fun. I'm enjoying that. We watched all 7 episodes that are out of that one already, and other than that, no, no. There is the one that somebody already mentioned in here that I saw part of an episode where you transform based on other people's belief. So this guy, I guess I'm going to try not to give away too many details because I'm going to show it to Carly too, but this guy basically ends up disappearing and somebody else takes his place and starts to conform more to actually being him based on people's belief. So something Hero X in the name, something like that. So check that out. It might be all right. Only watched a few minutes of it, but I thought that might be okay. What up, Thompson? How you doing? Kensky says, is this true or is he fucking with us? What? Gophers, bro. Come on, man. Come on. DeVoe says Queen Victoria was the longest serving queen in England in the 1800s, before Elizabeth. He's just making stuff up. He's just in here making stuff up because he knows you guys don't know. Queen Elizabeth, nope, sorry, not Queen Elizabeth. That was the recent one. That's how he makes it sound valid. Queen Victoria was from fucking 1800 years ago. Not the 1800s. 1800 years ago, right? So we're talking like in the 200s. DeVoe's just making stuff up because he knows it's the internet, and you can just say stuff on the internet. and people will believe it, right? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? But I'll tell you this, DeVoe is a liar. He's a dirty liar. Jess, your every day is the same. Put that Nine Inch Nails song in my head. That every day is exactly the same. But I do understand what you're saying. If you don't have a normal schedule that you adhere to, like going to a job every day throughout the week, Monday to Friday, and then all of a sudden, one of those days you're like, oh, wait, I don't have to. Victoria Day is always one of those ones that surprises you because who? It's like, oh, it's Zanzibar Day. What? What even is that? It happens every year, bro. What? Yeah, you just get the day off with pay or whatever from work. Oh, awesome. I love Zanzibar Day. Victoria Day is on that level where you forget it's a thing. So all of a sudden it just comes at you out of nowhere and you're like, wait, we're not coming in on Monday? I'm getting the day off with pay? Oh, hell yeah. Right? That feels awesome. That feels awesome. So if you don't fucking have a job or something like that that's going down that way, right? Just like you, then you don't get to have that experience. I get that. I get that. DB, what's up? Happy Victoria Day to you as well. A merry go for Victoria for you. DJ Longhair, Nine Inch Nails. Yeah, they have a bunch of good tunes, bro. A bunch. See, there you go. Drungle says Victoria reigned from 237 to 1901. That's a very long reign. A very long reign. That was back when people could live longer because there was more oxygen on Earth. So, if you guys didn't know this, humans used to be 7 feet tall because there was more oxygen in the atmosphere. But now, because of all the fucking... because of big chemical and all the fuels and stuff that have been blown into the air, that's why we're all stunted. But we're supposed to be 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall, like bare minimum, because there was more oxygen when there was all the trees. You ever see those giant trees that they have cut down? Oh, check out this massive tree. It's thousands of years old. Those used to be the normal size of trees because we were giants, so they were normal size to us. But now we've all shrunk down and we're sad. We're sad, freakish, small version, oxygen deprived versions of what we could be. DJ Longhair, sunspots is your favorite from your recent stuff? You mean like you're getting sunspots? 90s now, you're done with the Zanzibar. Sheba, what did you come back to? It's Victoria Day. You know, you got to go for it, right? I'd enjoy the movie Troll Hunters. Buck, would I though? Would I? The name sounds not great. Oh, long hair, that makes sense. Yep. Yep. It's a Nine Inch Nails song. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Oh, man. So, yeah. I've definitely been cooking my brain today. Oh. I've made no forward progress whatsoever with Balatro. Like, none now. The last few challenges are so obnoxious, man. The golden needle, and then one where it's like, oh, you don't get any payouts for the small or big blinds. And then the final one where it's like, you just don't even get jokers. It's like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Sheba, was I doing lawn work? Yeah, a whole bunch. I had to burn a bunch of grass. I was working on the lawn and I had to burn a bunch of grass. And nobody told me that if you inhale grass, you'll look tired, right? So I was just working the lawns, boy. That's it. That's it. It's good for the environment, right? It simulates when the gods set fire to the earth so that they can reclaim the spirits of the grass. Like, in that movie, Mr. Vampire 3, where if you want the spirits to have an iron to iron out their clothes, you burn an iron and then the iron goes over to the spirit world. So they start grass fires because they want grass up in ghost heaven. So they burn the grass, right? Makes sense. Jungle gotta get rid of clipping somehow. Exactly. You get yourself a sandwich bag full of grass clippings and then burn them to the afterlife. Have you guys seen Mr. Vampire 3 or whatever? Because I hadn't before yesterday. And it is dumb, but also it has more entertainment value than I thought it would. We saw it because there was a clip from the movie where a little boy was flying across the room and then this guy grabbed him and folded him up and then just shoved him into a jar. I was like, wait, what the hell just happened? The old practical effects in the movie are pretty funny. They are a far cry from the current era of everything being CGI. So, CGI can do some nice stuff. That's the weird thing, is we've been using CGI for a long time, but the CGI we get now a lot of the time doesn't feel as good as the CGI from earlier movies, where you go, well, we have better technology now. You presume the CGI would turn out better, but you end up with, I guess, more rushed, lower quality stuff a lot of the time. Although what was it? Final Destination number 4, the CGI in that one is so laughably bad. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Buck, is there a wrong kind? I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems so right to me. Sheba, you watched the movie Old? Is that the one where you go on the beach and you get old? And when the chick goes through the tunnel in the desert and her bones start going, gaga. Do you know what I'm talking about? That movie's stupid. Millmaster, effort is needed. I mean, can we all just live the Wall-E life where we sit like fat dullards on little cone seats that get driven around while the computer shows us things we want to see? I just imagine some hellish techno monstrosity future where you're stuck in a chair and it's got a screen, like, like when you're at the dentist office, and there's a screen and all it does is play stuff that agitates you. Like, it's just an AI that's programmed the same way that social media is. So it just shows you things that get you worked up and angry and want to fight with people. So you could be having a good time, but it's just feeding you a bunch of garbage. Drongo, you think it's worse software on better hardware today? Why wouldn't they use the old software then? I agree with you, though, the practical effects. Practical effects are the way to go. They're the way to go. Bellmaster, generative AI advertisements everywhere. Woo! Everything is fake. Check out this ad of this little night guy, and there's a giant statue of a chick, and he's stabbing her, and she's all like, ooh! and then he's shrinking down and he's turning into a vampire and being sucked inside her. Oh my god, level 14. And you just go, what is this? It's a mobile ad for some game that is literally just, check it out, you're moving along the screen towards a number or whatever. But they just make these deranged, insane ads where you go, what is this? There's no way. It's always the same game, the same name. And the ads are just berserk nonsense that is definitely not in the game. And you go and read the reviews, and that's what a bunch of people are saying. Everything's so fake. What up, Chuglum? Jess, we talking about fossil fuels? What's going on? I just want to say that motor oil is made out of dinosaurs, and the more people drive around, the more dinosaurs are getting burnt and released back out into the fucking aura. And so dinosaur ghosts are coming. It's a fucking reality. Just so you know, dinosaur ghosts, I'm saying it right here, Victoria Day 2025, Hatcher stating as a fact, dinosaur ghosts are coalescing from your use of fossil fuels. So just have fun with that. Not just pterodactyls, brontosauruses and shit, T-Rexes, all their ghosts are coming. And they're going to show up for Christmas, and you have to get them Christmas gifts. It's going to be a whole thing. Bo Falcon Super Chat says, Merry Zanza Gopher Bean Day. Did you enjoy digging up your beans like a gopher? I gophered it, bro. I gophered it hardcore. Thanks for the super chat, Bo. How you doing, bro? Jugum, you just woke up. You were sleeping. Do you always wake up to that one song? Who is it? Evanescence. Wake me up! Can't wake up! There's I'm pretty sure it's that song that there's a Kids Bop version of. Like, Carly introduced me to this because I didn't know what Kids Bop is, but Kids Bop is just like somebody doing a cover of random songs but for kids or something. So I don't know if they have kids singing too. Maybe they do. But there's just the part where you're like, the guy's supposed to be going all crazy in the song, and the guy covering it is just so hilariously off with his interpretation and energy that it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyways, do you wake up to that song? Can't Wake Up? Evanescence? Bring Me to Life? So yeah, dinosaur ghosts. Just remember I told you guys when it happens. When it happens. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Finn, Bring Me to Life as sung by Goofy. It's like, it's not Disney characters singing it. It's just like like when he's supposed to do one of those really like crazy primal yells, what he does. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm slightly misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And he just kind of goes, ah, like it's Eric, you got to be careful with the saying Bigfoot's real and he's a blue monster truck, because now that Magic's Aether Drift has changed the game, insects can evolve into cars. So people will think that you literally mean Bigfoot the animal is also a blue blue monster truck, like he's a transformer lycanthrope, It's a real possibility that people will think that. Crawfish, you keep getting weird DMs on Twitter from massage therapists. Well, they're definitely real and won't steal your organs. So you should respond to them. Just say, before this conversation starts, here's my credit card, here's my credit card number and all of my personal pertinent details. And I'll leave the keys to my house under the doormat. Just come on over and take what you want. Hey, Jay, what's up, buddy? How's the anniversary? It was good. Me and Carly had a nice time, honestly. A very chill day indeed. Overall, life is good. So, it makes it easy to enjoy a day like that when everything's going good, man. Well, she says, Crawfish, your happy ending. Sold your data. Jess, there's a bunch of Yetis in Magic. A bunch. Oh man. So Carly is trying some new games out because we had been loading our games up to get Steam cards and whatever. So every once in a while, game catches your eyes. She's trying Icewind Dale, which firework going off. So she's chosen Icewind Dale, and I haven't played that one specifically as far as I remember, but I've played a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons games. So she hasn't, and it was hilarious to me that she didn't realize you're going to need to get equipment for your party and get everybody ready and take them as a unit. So she just apparently took one of her party down into a cellar full of beetles. Full of beetles. One of those early quests. Clean up the basement for me. So she just took like a barbarian down there with no gear equipped at all, and just him by himself, and the beetles killed him. And she's just like, she spent so long reading all the beginning stuff, and I hear her talk about all these different things, and then she's just like, my barbarian's dead. I'm like, what? It's like, the beetles killed him. The beetles killed him. It's like, I was doing non-lethal damage, so I beat them both down to like pretty low. Just oh. Oh, so yeah. So I told her, I was like, you have to equip your stuff. Like, you have to actually, you have to get equipment, and you have to actually equip it. And I was talking about the different character classes, and she's just like, this chick only has one spell memorized. It's like, yeah, wizards are weak at the beginning, right? You gotta level them up. Some of the games, some D&D games, it's worth it. Some, not so much. I played the old TSR computer games where your guys were these little weird pixelated monstrosities, and you could carry your character over from one game to another, which you couldn't do in most games and was really neat. And I can't remember the title of most of the ones I played, but I think Pools of Radiance was one of them. DB, The Legend of Drizzt. Yep, I definitely know that. Invader, has Carly tried Path of Exile? No, I don't think so. The Beatles got attacks of opportunity due to attacking with fists. Yeah, I was laughing pretty hard that she sent her barbarian down all by herself, all by itself, and she got beat down by beetles. Oh, man. I do like the D&D games, man. D&D is fun. Wizards is probably going to do pretty well if they figure out the whole AI dungeon master thing, where Now everybody can play, and you've got the impartial AI to be your DM, so it's not gonna like treat someone worse than somebody else just based on an actual preference. I like this guy better. I'm gonna hook him up. I'm gonna hose this guy, right? But more just for people who want to, like, if you only have one or two people, right? When they come up with something like that can actually properly DM for you, they're gonna do well with it, I imagine, because Dungeons and Dragons style adventures are a lot of fun, and that's part of what makes those video games so dope. Augustus, Baldur's Gate 3. Yep, I've played it. I've played it. Invader, yeah, I've played Path of Exile, but I don't know if Carly has. Yeah, I definitely like the going on an adventure style games. The stories that come along with it, and also the battling and gaining power. I'm looking forward to getting in Oblivion. I'm getting real close to just being done with Balatro because I'm just running up against a wall here. And after a certain point, it's just, am I having any fun anymore, or am I just trying to accomplish this goal in a game where I've done most of the stuff that's fun for me, and now it's just obnoxious, obnoxious level challenge. Yeah, long hair Final Fantasy. I'm guessing is probably gonna turn out to be more of a frenzy than Marvel will, but I could be wrong. Lasagna, what the fuck, man? I mean, yeah, I am. Yeah, Final Fantasy is doing crazy numbers. They're doing crazy numbers. I'm really curious to see where things go for the next little while, based on the way that this is like the biggest selling set now after Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings, I should say, is the second now, and Final Fantasy is the first. And you look at both those being Universe Beyond, and it just feels like more and more that's the way it's going to be forced, you know? Not much that can be done about that. I do sometimes wonder more what they're going to do with the D&D side of things, because that's more challenging for them to try and monetize. Magic is just slap other IPs on it, crank the price. Okay, we're good. DJ Longhair, you think Final Fantasy is definitely powered down? Seems pretty wild to me, man. Seems pretty wild to me, but at this point, maybe I'm just old man magic and everything looks pretty wild to me. Invader, nope. I've never been to Japan, but that is definitely one of the countries that I would put on my list of top choices where I would go to, just like, we're going to send you to a random far flung country. Where would you like to go and check out? Japan would be right up there on the list. Otto, have I seen the Final Fantasy UFO card? I don't think so. Not yet. Drunkle, I mean, when they put all this stuff, like, oh wait, you're talking about making D&D into a rule set that can just be skinned as anything. Yep, that's something they could do. It's harder to make people need your newer editions of these books, right? When you're like, okay, I've got all the books you made. Well, now we're making them again with an updated rule set, and it's like, what does that rule set really bring to the table, though? How much is it going to enhance my experience versus now I've got to buy all my books because, well, we changed enough that it won't be compatible with what you already have. But yeah, I'm definitely curious to see where it's going to go with the whole idea of an AI DM. Mailmaster, they already do it to a point. They just clamp down on the monsters and spells and items IP. I have no idea how much of it's actually going on. Jungle, having good authors, good people to help like world build is definitely important. Invader, you remember when Wizards bought out TSR? That was a million years ago. It's pretty wild. I played D&D first and then got into Magic, and then Magic was supposed to be something you just kind of play between games of D&D or whatever. And then Magic gets big and buys up D&D. Like, all right. Second edition, man. Second edition will always have a special place in my heart. I love the look of the stuff from that time frame. I remember reading it all. It was from a different time. You couldn't just go online and look up all kinds of stuff. Oh, let me go and look up all the different guides and all these websites talking about things and other people's ideas for D&D. You didn't have any of that. Here's the book. Here's the book. You can read that. You can go through that and design a dwarven kingdom and all this other stuff. Make crazy characters with insane abilities. This is awesome, right? Read your encyclopedias otherwise. Like, it's just so crazy to think that books were the main way to get information. Like, actual physical books. That's such a restrictive way to access information. And for the majority of human existence, we didn't even have that as a way of recording information, right? So it's insane. So yeah, you'd have these books, and it's not like you could just hop on the internet and be like, okay, I'm gonna go and find all this info there. I'm gonna do all this other stuff. I remember spending a lot of time just sitting and reading books. I really enjoyed the ones that had the monsters in them and the magical items and spells and things like that, because that stuff was real fuel for the imagination. Plus, the D&D books had those full page illustrations that just looked awesome. It's like, man, there'd be something crazy epic going on in them. And I loved that. And Magic came along and was like, check it out. Here you go. Game cards. And each one comes with its own little piece of artwork that can be all these different things depending on what it is. Just so cool. I really liked those Dungeons and Dragons cards that they had as well. That were the items and everything else. Not Spellfire, but the Dungeons and Dragons collector cards. Invader the Monster. Yeah, Monster Manual's dope. Millmaster, you like 5th edition? You think it's better than any other edition except 2nd? I have not played 5th edition at all. What up, Kenny? How you doing, buddy? We did have a nice anniversary. I got Carly a sweet anniversary card that actually came with a, what is it? A bookmark in it too. Pretty sweet bookmark. Pretty happy about that. So, nice little bonus. Yeah, the Monster Manual is like one of the most fun because the monsters are exciting on a bunch of different levels, right? Learning about what they are, We're learning about, first of all, what can they do? How dangerous are they? The first things you want to know about a monster is how dangerous are they, and what treasure can I get? Risk versus reward in the one scenario. What are we going off? What treasure type does this provide? And what can it do? But then it expands out to just let you know more details about how they live, which adds to the world building and atmosphere. So, yeah, it's awesome to discover all the different things going on through a bestiary of the monsters. Drunko, your middle school librarian ran a game club after school. And you go there and he introduced you to magic after you talked about T&D. Nice. Yeah, there are worse hobbies to have than magic. Agreed. Crawfish, it's a good night. Excellent, man. Millmaster, you feel bad for kids nowadays? What new and underground hobbies are out there for them? Well, I read about kids that are just going backwards and saying, I'm going to use flip phones as my cell phone. I'm going to get a cassette player, right? So I guess the whole like, check it out. This has nothing to do with the internet or digital files. It's just an audio tape that goes in this thing that runs off of batteries that you have to like put into it. Larry, yep, man. That does sound overcosted. They do that though. Wizards makes a range of power. Now, before you'd get something, it would just be a vanilla. Now there's nothing vanilla anymore at all. Invader, you have a teenager and the modern thought process is wild compared to youth in the 80s, 90s. It's a different world, man. It's a different world. Mailmaster, nostalgia as hobby is very fun. Nostalgia, yeah, hell yeah, man. Depending. Nostalgia can certainly be a lot of fun. Drunker, you don't feel bad for the kids? Well, I feel bad for you for not feeling bad for the kids. So take that. What are you going to do about that? I don't even need to hear it because it's intermission time. So tell your fucking story to the wind, dickhead. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, Bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. What up, Chooch Nation? How's it going? How's it going? Lasagna. You just grab something out of the oven without gloves. You're a very smart man. That's like that scene in Grandma's Boy where Buddy like fucking burns his hand. Just taking the stuff out without the oven mitts. Milmouse, you like that tell your story to the wind, dickhead? Let's get that on a shirt, bro. Invader, you're like, there's nothing to celebrate about the 80s. It's a mixed bag, man. There's some goodness to the way things were before. There's some things that were better then and some things that are better now, right? I mean, it's not 100% cut and dry, but pretending like everything was awesome and straight up better, that's fucked. Are you kidding me? Like the technology, the advancements we've made, amazing. But there is something to be said for the older times and their slower, calmer charm. Master, California Raisins and music videos on MTV on top of cocaine. The California Raisins, they suck though, right? Like, Heard It Through the Grapevine is a totally fine song, don't get me wrong, but like the California Raisins as a thing, they're just goofy lump bags. Like the bits that I've seen of their animation, it's a horse fart, bro. Crawfish, everything is weird now. That's true. That's true. The internet is just like a big stew pot of everybody's insanity, and it's pure madness. I mean, look at this. I can just go on the internet and I can say my insane ramblings, and people will come here and listen to me talk like a crazy person. Because I am a crazy person. Let's be real. Sheba, the kids these days are hyper as fuck. These new little teens came to our LGS for FNM recently, and they were shrill and screamed and made weird noises. There was a group of fucking 4 of them that they were just talking in these stupid voices, and they were so obnoxious. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, this is probably what they're all like. It's probably just like, you just quote things that you fucking, that you've heard or whatever. So they're probably just quoting some stupid shit that they heard online, you know? Drunk Love, I watched the Jonah Hill show Maniac. It's the modern world, but everything stayed 80s analog instead of going digital. No, I haven't heard about it. Is it any good? Is it any good, man? What up, Fisher? Thanks for the anniversary wishes. Me and Carly had a good wedding anniversary yesterday. There we go. Write that down. Crawfish, I'm your favorite Canadian. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. It's a bit dark. I can handle it. I can handle stuff like that. Doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't suck. Fisher, oh, that's fucking Garbo. Garbo Weeks. Fuck that noise. You gotta go Donkey Kong. Yeah, speaking on the 80s thing, I totally do find myself enjoying the older look of like cars from the 80s, even though they are objectively uglier than the newer, sleeker cars. They just remind me of the past and they stick out, so they feel like they have a little more character now. Who knows, maybe that's just a part of getting older. I couldn't say for sure, but I remember never really thinking that the boxy nature of cars was something that was particularly appealing, especially when the newer, more rounder ones started showing up. But now, that's the vibe. And then you got the stupid Tesla cars that look like, it looks like a car that a little child drew with just weird angles. Oh, Fisher, toasted staves. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. There were some quality movies and music from the 80s and music videos on television. Remember that? Remember watching TV to see a music video? I remember when that's what YouTube was for me. YouTube was just a place to go for music videos. Oh man, you can find like all the music videos on YouTube. That's it. There was so much stuff that existed on YouTube that I had no idea existed on YouTube, because I literally was just like, I only use this website to watch music videos. That's how I used YouTube for a long time, for many years. Much Music had the best slop and brain rot. MTV seemed ridiculous to me. Lasagna, yep, things have changed a lot, buddy. Drunkle, I never used MySpace. It's so nutty to think about how limited old media was. You have a cassette or a CD, so you could like port like 20 songs around on something the size of much bigger than a thumb drive. Yeah, and the whole cable TV thing too. It just, there was more shared experiences because there was fewer things to be exposed to in the first place, you know? It was just, you had however many movies playing in the movie theater. Like imagine you want to watch a movie and your only options are 6 movies. And it's like, what? Yeah, there's 6 movies. You want to go and watch it? You want to see a movie? I do. Yeah, let's watch a movie. Okay, so we got 6 choices, and we have to walk across town and be at this one building, and we got to be there at 7 o'clock. What? Yeah, we got to walk across town and wait until 7 o'clock to watch one of 6 movies. Like, or you could maybe see one of two or three other movies on the television. You can stay home and be there for a certain point and then just have to time going to take a leak or whatever with when random ads come on. No control over any of it. DeVoe, you were a DJ in the 80s and used only records and tapes? Oh, man. Good old record collections. Yeah, Drunkle, exactly. Having a double cassette box that you could record with was amazing. I thought it was crazy. You could just record stuff off the radio. I'm like, this is amazing. You can, like, whatever's coming through the radio, you can put on this tape, and then bam, pop that in the cassette. And I made awesome mixtapes, bro. So yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I do love how good technology is now, though. Like really, it's far exceeds anything I could have conceived of as a kid. Where it's like all TV shows and all movies and everything, they're all just available for you whenever you want, pretty much. I mean, it's not 100% across the board. There are some holes here and there, but it is astounding the amount of stuff that is available on the internet. And I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like to grow up with all of this comparatively. Not only not the same shared experiences, but how is a lot of like real life stuff that takes a lot more effort going to compare with what you can do? The gratification that you can get through a phone easily, where other paths will take a lot more work. Invader, it's soulless. The collective narcissism it's enabled is gross. There is, it's crazy how much people are worried about like capturing their lives overall. I never really took pictures of myself most of the time throughout my life. I never really like recorded a lot of moments in my life. Carly likes to take pictures, right? So I'm in more pictures now because of her. And I started taking more pictures in more recent times. But for me, most of my life, I've never been worried about taking pictures or recording stuff. I've usually just been worried about being a part of like the experience at the time and seeing and remembering, right? So the whole like everything I do, I'm recording it to show other people, but not to be there myself kind of stuff. It gets weird. It gets weird. Juggling better sense of community. In some ways, yup. Drunko, your students are on their phone the millisecond they're out the door, but they still have rackets, baseball bats, and they're on their way to the park. Well, I mean, whatever. If they're having the same experience overall, just looking at something different when they're going between them, whatever. Yamagoro, you can't see paying for a streaming service just to watch it on your little phone screen. I agree with you there, man. 100%. Chuglum, yeah, the amount of time that people spend on the internet now is amazing. I saw some little like meme picture where it had like a old news headline saying friends and family concerned because man spends an hour and a half online every day. And then it's got it's like that picture at the top, and the bottom half is that like monkey puppet meme that's like looking at you like, like, bro, that's me. That's me. The whole like an hour and a half online nowadays. How long do people spend online? It depends on your definition. Like, if your time spent online equals you're playing a game that could technically connect to the internet and is connected to the internet, but you're just playing it by yourself, not with other people or anything like that. Are you online really? If you're just playing with one other friend, the same difference as if you're having a LAN party. Are you actually like online, or is spending time online sitting there reading news articles? Like what counts? What counts as being online? Watching a movie on the internet as opposed to your television is considered being online, right? Augustus, one of the things that used to be around but isn't anymore is third spaces. Somewhere that you exist regularly outside of home and at school, work. It does seem like the structure of some things have changed. I mean, people are still going out and doing stuff. We're not living in some crazy robo society. But I do get what you're saying. John, go many hours a week of yours are just listening to music through an app. Yeah, if you're listening to music on YouTube, are you online? I mean, yes, technically you're online, but what's the difference between, like, well, if you had that music downloaded on an MP3 player and weren't online, that'd be fine. So much of what we do is linked in through the internet now. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Chugla, it's all cooked. It's a big old barbecue, buddy. Everything's cooked. Everything is cooked. Still, we got a lot of cool toys. We got a lot of cool toys. Drunko, the youth Asian average is 7.5 hours a day now. I can't imagine being on like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and everything like that constantly, you know? Invader, they're mapping your data so that they can sell pictures of your ball bags to the Russians. All of them, not just the one guy. Not some guy called the Russian, but the Russians overall. So you better be careful. Oh, that's a movie I haven't watched ever. I've never watched The Net. The Net with Sandra Bullock. Where, like, doesn't her identity get erased from the net? I'm going on the net. On the net. On the internet. On the net. Break stop, you're working from home now, so 8 hours, all times must be spent at home. Break stop. Playtime, work time, sleep time, eat time, all. You're going to be hermetically sealed into your home. It's like, wait, doesn't hermetically sealed no oxygen will get in? Isn't that what that means? You will be hermetically sealed into your home, and you will work. Man, I can't even imagine what it's like being a kid and having the phone. Just, here you go, Billy. Here's access to everything. Don't do anything you shouldn't. Then you gotta worry about what your kids are doing, man. I don't need that shit. Juggling, if you work from home and you need a chick to hit on, you can just buy one of those big cardboard stand-ups, and that can be your girlfriend. You can cut a hole in her. You can cut a hole where the mouth is, and then you can put like processed cheese slices through the hole. You can even leave them in the plastic wrap. She won't complain, and then you can eat them afterwards yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can feed them to her, but then you can have, like, a fry basket behind her head that catches the cheese slices when they go through her mouth hole. And then you can eat them. It's better for the environment. better for the environment. Millmaster, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Your cardboard girlfriend is a lie. She's a lie. Invader, I've done this before. I've done everything. You jealous? You jealous that I had a cardboard cutout girlfriend with a fucking mouth hole cut out so that I could put cheese slices through it, and I was smart enough to save cheese slices to eat afterwards? You should be fucking jealous of that. That's not your life. That's my, well, it was my life, right? That was a different time in my life. So, yeah, don't be hating. Don't be hating. Don't be jealous, right? The cheese slice life is fucking fabulous. Don't hate the hater, hate the game. Chug them. You gotta recycle them. You gotta keep the. It's like the circle of life, bro. Invader, your iPhone stole your fucking face, biometric data to sell. They're selling it to Taiwanese tattoo shops, and they're tattooing your face on people's butts. When people come in and say, "I want the dum dum," that is the term for having your biometric face tattooed on their butt cheek. Your face is butt cheek meat, bro. Take it up with the biometric data thieves over at Apple who have stolen your face identity. Now life is nothing but cheeks. Millmaster, the circle of strife. I don't want strife. I don't want any ifs. No strife, no wife. There you go. What do they say? Happy wife, happy life. No wife, no strife. There you go. The key to a happy marriage is to not be married. Wise advice from me to you. The day I see, I couldn't say this stuff on my wedding anniversary because that would be fucking gauche. But today I can. Juggle, you put Kathy Ireland. But I thought, for some reason, when I read that, my brain just went Kathy Griffin. And I was just like, why? Why would you want a Kathy Griffin cutout, bro? And then I read it again. And it was like, that says Kathy Ireland. Why did I think Kathy Griffin? Fucking Kathy Griffin. No. No. Man, I can't get over how annoyingly hard the last few challenges on Balatro are. I keep going back at them, and I keep losing. I'm like this close to giving up, but I'm like, I can do it. I'm so close. I'm so close. Millmaster partying with you probably gave that lady's kid fucking brain tumors. That's my guess. That is my guess. Kids these days don't know that Tony Danza is the boss. There's a path you take and a path not taken. The choice is up to you. You gotta face the wind, right? Juggling Kathy Griffin is one of the few redheads you don't like. Yeah, she's grating. Not for me, bro. Not for me. Fisher Balatroni is free on PS4. That's supposed to be Balatro, I assume. Unless they've got like a knockoff. How about Balatroni? It's like that, but with Spumoni. Balatro being free to play is always good. Balatro's fun. It's a fun game. I enjoyed a bunch of it. It's just now I'm like, I only got the 3 challenges left. The one is the Golden Needle, where you can only play one poker hand. That's it. And then you have a bunch of discards to craft that hand, but each one you use puts you further in the hole. And it's so obnoxious. And then the next one where they took away most of the rewards and barely give you any spots for jokers. And then the final one where there's just no jokers. It's like, okay, how the hell are we going to do this? I don't know, man. I do not know. So I keep hopping in thinking that I'm going to get it. Trying different strategies. And I keep getting wrecked over and over. I did get all the way to the end of the Golden Needle once, but I lost at the very end, which was rough. It was rough. Whatever. I guess it's got the right mix right now of challenge where I want to beat it and I feel like I can beat it, you know? Just enough fun. Just enough fun to keep me trying. But man, is it annoying. So close. So close to being done, and then Oblivion and some proper adventuring is what it's going to be. That'll be fun. Hey, oh, Angela. Now I got that who's the boss nonsense in my head. Oh, man. Some old crappy cable TV. A lot of that stuff sucked. That's what I do like about this new world. If you're not into something, you can just move on to something else like that. You're not stuck watching something terrible. Most of the time, at least. Most terrible thing I've watched recently is definitely Thor: Love and Thunder. I didn't watch the whole thing, just the first half. But man, is it awful. Just awful. Been watching, what's it called? Infinity War. So much better. So much better. It's crazy how much better it is. Millmaster, there's a lot of carrots in that stew. You just reminded me that we apparently got in a bag of moldy carrots. Harley's like, I bought this bag at the store a couple days ago, and it's gone moldy. This doesn't happen before. So, lost a whole bag of carrots, man. Thank God this isn't some kind of Dust Bowl depression era where losing a bowl of carrots means little Becky doesn't eat, and we gotta hand her out past the fields to be eaten by the coyotes. Invader, I don't know if there was anybody who liked Love and Thunder. Jay, you just finished watching episode 4 and 5 of Star Wars with the kids. Oh, so like chronologically, the first and second one that were released? Back at the very, very beginning? I think with the first 3 that they released back in the day are the ones that I like the best. Followed up by the other 3 that were made to be the prequels, and then after that, just like most of the Disney stuff, I don't even know, really. Jay's into the Star Wars movies and loves them. Nice. Nice. It's always good when you can actually do something enjoyable with your kids instead of being like, well, they enjoy this crap and I want to spend time with them. Zergon, yeah, original 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, it's the ones I'm talking about there. Gus, just most of the Disney stuff is bad. That's what I've heard mostly secondhand because I have not experienced most of the Disney Final Fantasy Star Wars firsthand due to overall lack of interest. Overall lack of interest. Never been that big into Star Wars, so Disney taking over didn't really give me much excitement or trepidation in either direction. It was like, okay, they own it. They're going to do something with it. I don't care. Doesn't really affect me. And maybe we'll get something good. And then we didn't get anything good. And so I just went, well, I guess it's fine for me since I'm not paying attention to any of this, but it sucks for the people who are properly into this Disney stuff. No, into the Star Wars stuff before Disney and now have to deal with it being made into this crap. Because, yeah, Star Wars, a lot of the newer stuff just seems awful. Zircon, the only stuff that stands up for you that's new is Rogue One and Andor. But you haven't watched season 2 yet. I've heard good things about Andor, although that might just be on the level of it just doesn't suck. So maybe people are so starved for something that doesn't suck that it's just okay, you know? Invader, you're making me think of the young Jedis that come out for the parade in St. Catharines, and it's just like, it's just a bunch of old dudes cosplaying as Star Wars characters, and it's called the Young Jedis. Drunkle, you thought Andor was terrible? I haven't watched any of it. That's just one that I actually have heard is alright. 90, yeah, no, they're not geriatric, not that level, but it was just like young Jedi, and it's more like middle-aged Jedi. To the point where it like seemed weird to me that they would want to be part of the parade. Millmaster, Rogue One and the first season of Mando are all you'll vouch for? Well, I can understand the Mandalorian one. I liked the first season of the Mandalorian. The second season, I got bored with and stopped watching halfway through. It was one of those shows where you just forget. You just forget it. You forget you were even watching it. And when you go to put something on, your brain doesn't think about it. So you just inevitably don't finish watching it. And that's what happened there. For me with The Mandalorian. I couldn't even tell you what episode of season 2 I just clocked out on, but I definitely did. And I heard by the third season, it doesn't even follow the main character anymore. It's just somebody else. It's like a Loki bait and switch where you go in for this character and they're like, actually, it's this one. But yeah, there's ones where the shows just kind of get boring and you don't think about it and you clock out, and then there's shows where you're actively disappointed in how much worse it's got. Like Russian Doll. I liked the first season of Russian Doll, and the second season was terrible. Just terrible. Invader, yep. Star Wars is more actiony, and Star Trek is more slow, politicky style stuff. Jess, I ain't full of dates, buddy. And you're a fig Newton, bro. You're a fig Newton. Now I want cookies. Mailmaster, the Apothecary Diaries. I don't know. I don't know if that one's been checked out yet. Yeah, it's not ringing any bells. But there are ones that I've checked out that I've completely forgotten, and then we'll go and I'll be like, why is this familiar? That happened with one of the things on the list yesterday. I can't remember which one it was, though. Just end up with like a vague recollection of something when you start watching it. You're like, I feel like I know what's going to happen. Apparently 90s wife likes it 3 times. 3 times. It's like young girl Sherlock Holmes solves court drama in ancient China. All right. That's different. I don't know what anime we're going to watch next. Nandi, you've been subjected to it enough to pick up the details. Most of the time, me and Carly watch animes together, but I did have what happened to you happen to me with some dating show she was watching about a high school boy and a high school girl going on dates. And that was what the whole show was, which is not for me. It's pretty boring. The most memorable part of it to me was that the guy sounded like a dog when he was agreeing with people. Oh! This is like, okay. Is he barking? Is he turning into something? And it's like, nope, he's just sitting with her and they're eating sushi. Okay, then. Carly watched that whole series. Then she also watched some horror stuff, Monster, without me, that I had no interest in. Exactly, Augustus. Whenever we do decide we want to watch something, got a big long list. And there's been a few times in the last few days where I sat down and popped on the beginning of something on the list to check it out and see if it had potential. Because everybody's tastes are different. And I said there was no wrong answers, so everyone would give me their suggestions. But there definitely are wrong answers, where it's just going to be like, no, this isn't for me at all. And I'm scratching it off the list. But in terms of what I was willing to write down, there was no wrong answers. Jonko, you've been trying to watch some of the Chinese anime. The animation's good, but the writing and plots are always terrible. Right now you're trying Super Cube, but it's just plotless fights. If you don't know why people are fighting, who cares, right? Augustus, what have I scratched off the list already? The names all bleed into each other, so I'd have to actually go and look what I had crossed a line through and just went, no. There's a few, though, where it was just pretty easy to rule them out. Just go, nope, don't care for this, or this seems like it's going to be boring. There's so many options. It's been a pretty good long weekend overall. Don't have too much in the way of complaints. But it has also been a long ass day. So I'm gonna be heading off, my friends. I'm gonna be crashing out. Well, ish. So have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your fucking day. And we will get back together again soon. All right? Peace out.